Fia Reisek, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Hello guys, hope you're all doing fine. And there's not really much introduction about this lady. Well, I'm quoting Coach Ray, first ever double arm champion of the East vs West. So wow, Fia, congratulations for your recent win against Malin in the East vs West 16.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
How are you feeling? Are you having any sore, any injury, anything going on?
Actually, I'm super sore in my right arm. I was a little bit surprised when I was going to training and I hurt so bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was tough on my arm, but otherwise it feels really good. I'm super happy.
Of course. Tell us a little bit about that night, though, if you don't mind. I mean, how did you live after your fight? How did you live and experience the rest of the evening and the event?
First of all, after the match, you are so happy that it's over, because it's been like a tough thing to have in mind all the time for so long time. So when we said it, both me and Malin, before the match, that it will be so nice when it's over and we just can relax and enjoy the other matches. So after the match, we were super. I was super happy. Malin took it really good. She was happy for me, and I felt not too bad for her. And we had the after interview with Ray, and that always is very weird, because after a competition you have all these emotions and adrenaline going through your body, and you're going to answer questions like sounding smart, but you never do, and it's yeah. But then I could relax. We sat behind the stage, watch the other athletes compete, and it was very calm. It was not a big happening. We went back to the hotel quite late and went to bed basically.
That was, I mean, obviously yours and Malin, watching the videos and everything. The video, I believe it was Coach Ray, Voice of Bergström, better say, that for some years you were not really very good friends. And for example, it's very curious and cool to see this. Perhaps we could use the word revenge. For example, if the wall 504 and that she beat you, and then doing the training, I believe that Jani and the rest of the boys has been giving you a lot of, which we will break down later, even if off the camera, if you want to, you can share with me all the secrets that you want to.
I will share. I share.
Excellent. But it's very good after the competition, all the tension, especially between two friends, everything is like, okay, cool, this is over, let's carry on and think about the next target, next competition whatsoever coming out.
Exactly. Exactly. It feels good to just let it go now. Now we have each win, me and Malin, but that have been also a thing for the preparation for this match. It's very mental. She is one of my absolute best friends. I talk to her about everything, and we would, if she had a fight or I have a fight, we always support each other, and we go, if we can, we go and support at the event. But now it was us against each other, and we felt it also on people around us. They were very it was hard for them also to wish me good luck, because they felt the same for Malin, and it was that we were very alone in this.
Yes,
against each other. Yeah,
I understand, because correct me if I am wrong, okay? As anyone else part of this process of arm wrestling, I'm learning as well a lot, I tell you. But the last time you pulled in the biggest stage was at the wall. Was that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 2019, right?
Yeah.
Good. And since then, did you cross paths in any WAF, European Championships, any World Championships, anything, or just in this time?
We have not faced each other after that.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, it's very curious, right? Because obviously it's very good to speak about, and this is a very good question, right? How do you prepare mentally for a competition, etc. But especially for this specific case that is actually your friend, you start training buddies, people around you must be paid that toll to you, to both of you. But it's good to know that, and very curious mental process that the one that you must been going through.
Yeah, it because we have quite a lot of history facing each other, not super much, but we have history when we have faced each other at competitions, and it's only been 2 super matches we had, but otherwise we've been to the same worlds and Europeans and Swedish championships and all that. So, and then she won in the beginning, and then I started to get better and I won against her, but it have never been easy. She's so super quick, like she have this explosivity that is 100% power through the table.
Yeah.
And it's very, very hard to stop that if you're not like ready. And I'm super slow, so in those matches before I have won, I have like a small bit from the pad I have been able to slip. It's been questionable sometimes if it was a approved slip, but I have had the luck on my side. And then in the straps I have won. So that's, first of all, I was super surprised at the wall that she have improved so much in the straps, because she beat me super easily with the straps there. And then with all this information for me that she's hard without straps, and now she's super good with straps, and I didn't really know what to expect. And in my mind, I saw that I have improved, so maybe I could do the stop before the pad and keep my wrist and pronation in good position, and then from there try to go to my side of the table. But yeah, so that was going on in my head, that I did not expect to lose, but I expected another a fight in that position, like I'm in a losing position and then go over the table. And for that also preparation to be able to stop her, this is the match that I have been really going into details what to do to specifically stop the hit and to go from there and not losing my hand. And I think that was a winning concept for me, because I knew every step. I knew where to put my legs under the table. I knew how I should grip, how my hand should look, where my fingers were gonna point, like what direction I was facing, and like it's these small details that felt very comfortable for me to know already before I went up to the stage. Yeah, it was, but it made me very calm to know what to do, and it worked good for me.
No, I mean, your hand and your movement, it was very strong. I mean, we only have to see the matches, which obviously reminds me, all these videos and even reels that you've done in Voice of Wrestling channel with Coach Ray, voiceover about this is Fia Reisek, this is how she wins the matches. Guys, links in the description. Like seeing,
Mhm.
watching all the training process and everything, it was like, okay, interesting. I mean, because I do obviously I start to follow you, like many of us that we started recently in the world of arm wrestling. I started in 2020. After we started to see you in the East vs West, and actually, I think it was in the East vs West 10 when I first met you there.
Mm.
You defeated very well my beloved Rosa Costa.
Yeah.
No te verdad. But after that, it was great, absolutely great, and well, yeah, I mean, double champion. Ekaterina Nikisheva, left arm. This was 12. I remember that you also mentioned, like, well, before asking you that, okay, so otherwise I'm going to lose the plot. From the East vs West 16, just really curious, what were your favorite matches on that night?
Oh, Todd Hutchins and
Mm,
Irakli was a great match.
mm,
Um, yeah, I like that match. And also, I'm happy for Todd that he still can be so good that he's
impressive.
super impressive because Irakli is not a weak
No,
guy. It's very impressive. And also Hermes and Michael Todd was also a good fight.
mm,
Um, yeah, I it was some matches that was like expected, but some was better than expected.
mm, absolutely.
What
Now,
what what was your favorite match?
poof, I mean, Hermes and Michael for many, many reasons. Okay, I tell you this. I had podcasts with both of them, right? With Michael and with Hermes. And I had difficult situations for different reasons with both of them.
Uh-huh.
First with Michael Todd, and I'm glad my buddy Skylar Brooks was there. Um, at the beginning, I didn't like at all Michael Todd.
Mm-hmm.
At all. I mean, when I started to do arm wrestling, watching the videos, I had a completely different picture of the kind of gentleman that he is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Michael Todd has earned really my respect after, before he got the injury, but especially after he got the injury and recovery, and you see the journey and all that, like he really earned my respect and so on. And also, like a human being, I like the good stories. The comments on the internet, the criticize, all of that. So it's like, okay, I'm going to really support this guy against Hermes. Just because
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see him, and I still want to see him somehow, having a go on Levan just because, just because. Which was like a contradiction for me, cultural contradiction. I was like, well, supporting Michael Todd, which is American, against a fellow Mediterranean Italian guy, which is Hermes. So it's like I chose his side, and 100% of Michael's side win, even though it was a very difficult task to achieve and everything. And I told Hermes this in the podcast, and obviously he laughed a lot. Like he laughed, like you're crazy, my friend, with his voice, and like you crazy. It was great, but I was like, okay, how do I tell my friend, my Italian fellow, that this time I'm not in his corner. But I mean, we're cool. He understood why because I explained him, the story, mentioned it as well. I like collecting stories, Michael Todd, Jake Ward, his story as well. I mean, the Ocean wrestler, his personal story as well is amazing as well. So it's like because of that. So yeah, Michael Todd, Hermes Gasparini was my favorite match of the night, and obviously, well, no, it was the second. The first one was Morozov and Laletin. That
Yeah.
was off the records. What an incredible match. Absolutely, 100%. Now, obviously, Morozov is injured. Hopefully, he will recover soon. I mean, he will recover 100%. I mean, if, for example, getting back to the topic of Michael Todd, he had such horrible injury and he came back,
Yeah.
100% that Morozov will be done, will do his comeback whenever he's ready.
Yeah. He's young also. He have
Absolutely.
lots of time. Yeah.
Absolutely, but what a beautiful fight! What a beautiful
Mm-hmm.
fight! Absolutely lovely. The in the first round when he's holding Laletin like just 1 inch away from the pad, and I screamed to him, "Davai! Davai, Italia, davai!" It was goosebumps all over my body. Absolutely ridiculous. Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, that was my fight. 100%. Now, before we do a little travel in the time, let's just say, and before asking you a little bit about, origins and a couple of things about training, etc., 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 I need to make you the obvious question, right? You already answered this to Coach Ray. Like, any names after this? What are your plans after you beat achievement? Because, well, I do remember that after you beat Nikisheva, in it was 12, you said you would like to your rematch with Oksana Bismineya, the Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
So what's really going on? What do you have in your mind? What names do you have? Tell us your secrets.
Yeah, I said this is really like scary because it's like calling out the person and like that I expect to be a match with this person, but really it would be super fun to have a match with Sarah Beckman.
Yeah.
I have not pulled with her for like many years, and I know she is like getting better and better. She have had her ups and downs and injuries and stuff also, and so but that would be very fun to have like for good old memory's sake.
Yeah.
To stand at the table with her. Yeah, I that would be also kind of a dream match, of course.
And any other names aside from Sarah that you maybe have there, but
I don't dare to know.
you don't dare.
No, but there is so many good girls
Yeah.
that should have a chance at this stage, and I'm sure they will come, and you will see what kind of girls there is out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll leave it like that. Okay.
What did you have in mind? What did you have in mind?
And I mean, really, you just go in the internet trying to pull up, and never better say, the arm wrestling archives and finding names and even history. For example, if I'm not wrong, there was supposed to happen a match with Irina Gladkaya. They got cancelled.
Yes.
And then obviously you see, well, the left hand you mentioned you would like your rematch with Oksana, but like there are other names. I mean, it's living crazy. I mean, I've been even pulling up the records up to Irina Makieva, who's actually retired, and she's bigger weight. But this is one of the cool things. Like once you get into arm wrestling, especially when you focus on a specific topic, let's just say about female arm wrestler, I was like, okay, I'm going to bring Fia Reiseke. I want to, to start to pull information, ladies, and names. Yeah, Brigitta, for example, as well, another super champion. Egle, I know it's heavy, like not a target really, but it's like I was wondering, like, okay, let's see if I am lucky enough to pull any other name from Fia's aside from Sarah. But totally fine. Totally fine.
Yeah, but there is girls like back in the time. There was girls that I never won against, but they are retired. So of course that also would be fun if they could come back and train and be strong again, and also wanting to be here. That's also Ekaterina Larina, also from Russia. That's one of the girls that was top athlete for many years, and we pulled in 60 kilo for years. I managed to win like once in left arm, but never in right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, talking about that, Dimitrina Petrova sends her regards and her congratulations to you for.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
what a class she has. Amazing match she had with Carolina. Amazing. But anyway.
Yeah, that was great.
This is, I mean, I tell you this, I mean, the female arm wrestling is becoming more and more interesting for me because you can actually see, I mean, don't get me wrong with the boys as well, but it's like every time there's a chance to watch a female match, it's like, wait and see. The class and the technical abilities that you display, like, for example, this one that we mentioned, Dimitrina Petrova and Carolina, that was super cool. I mean, what a great match. It's like guys like me just literally watching, while eating popcorn, you know, and having a notebook, like reading things like, okay, I need to watch this again. I need to find out the movement that they're doing. Everything is, it's like, really, that's for a reason. You are champions for a very good reason, not just for a real strength, period. Absolutely. So, chapeau to all of you. So now let's take a little bit journey, right? Let's travel a little bit back on time. And I know this is a stereotype, let's just say, very common to us, but how does a young lady from Sweden, right, decides that she likes to do arm wrestling, she wants to do arm wrestling, and how does she end up discovering that she is very good at this? Which is maybe a very long way to ask you about your journey in arm wrestling. How did you start? How did you decide to discover that you were good at this and eventually becoming world champion? Let's say, tell us a little bit about it, please.
Yeah, that is very interesting for me to talk about, actually. Because I have one bigger brother, and then I have like older cousins.
Yeah.
That I grew up together with, and I was always the little Fia that always was annoying and just wanted to be with them, but they didn't really want to be with me because I was too young. But when I was allowed to play with my cousin and my brother, they always like played like Teenage Mutant Turtles, or what they are called, like
Donatello.
Yes, exactly.
I know what you mean.
And we had to choose a character from those four, and I always wanted to be Raphael because he was so strong. He was not a funny dude or interesting, but he was super strong, and that for me was so impressive. So I wanted to be Raphael, and from that, and then I have discovered later in life that I was inspired by strong people. If my father introduced me to someone and he said, "This is a strong guy," I was like, "Wow, that's so cool! This is strong." And I always compared myself with my friends at school. We lifted up each other, and I really wanted to be a strong person. And then when I was 7 years old, my father and my uncle started to arm wrestle. They saw this competition on TV, and they were like amazed also, because they also like to compare strength. So we tagged along, me and my cousins, started to train arm wrestling with the grown-ups, and I like finally I could, without being Raphael, I could identify as a strong person just because of training arm wrestling. I was not good at all, and all my other kids that was training with me, they were much stronger than me, and I lost all the time, but still I identified myself as strong. And it took a long time before I started to win matches. I was just happy to be with these strong people, and yeah, it took me a long time, and I was not super focused on winning anything or being a champion, or so. I was happy being at the practices and call myself arm wrestler. So yeah, that's basically. I was in my mid-20s before I started to see it like serious on the training and the competition and so.
So that's very good to hear, though. I mean, you didn't have the I want to be champion mentality from the beginning. It was something like more or less it came out, or you started to discover on the path, that you say, on the way. You didn't have.
Yeah.
That's very cool, though. But talking about anime Raffaello and so on and so on, I tell you a little secret. I wanted to be Vegeta. So
Who is
Vegeta,
that?
Dragon Ball, Vegeta.
I don't know what that is.
No,
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay. No, hold
Okay.
on. I'll show you just a little thinny right now. Hold on. I'll be back in a second. Just read that. I can't.
Yeah.
Don't know who's Vegeta. Come on. Okay. Right. You might find this a little bit hilarious, though. These.
Yeah, okay. I'm too old to know who that is, I think.
And I am too old to wear this clothes, but I still do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he looked cool. Of course, you wanted to be him. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you should see me in the very early days in the school. Girls, I don't remember what they used to do, but I remember when I was 7 years, fighting in the school with the boys because we were playing Dragon Ball. Things that happen. Right. So, good. The next question is very a good one. One of my favorites, obviously. Really get to know about your general achievements. We can say, obviously, that perhaps the accomplishment you feel most proud of, perhaps now, is having both of the titles. But obviously, aside from that, I mean, you can just, of course, respond that if so. But it's like, if I have to ask you, what are the accomplishments that you feel most proud of? Which ones are? It could be anything. It doesn't have to be like a world title. Like the things you feel most proud of.
It's very boring answer, but this rematch with Malin will be my top favorite matches and achievements in all time, because it was it showed that I had approved, like being better, that my work paid off, and I did something right. Yeah, but this is super big win for me. I'm super proud and very happy about this. Yeah, otherwise I have like small matches. I'm not the title or the medals have not that big effect on me. It's the feeling around everything and the matches that is important for me. And I have a couple of matches when I think back at them and remember happiness, and also when you're at the World Championship and you can only remember going up to the table and feeling happy and having a great time at the table, and like I know I got a foul in that match, but I just smiled. I had so much fun, and those memories are I pick them up sometimes and like cherish them and feel great if I can feel that time to time.
There's no boring answer, Fia, and this is one of the things I really like to know from anyone. It's really like not just their overall achievements, like yeah, I'm a champion on this, I'm champion on that, blah blah blah. I'm strong, I lift this, I lift that. It's really to see in this for this particular question, for example, what they feel the most proud of, the really things that they take home with them. A good way to see, obviously. Because yeah, I mean, a medal in the end or something like that doesn't really inspire you in the end. It's like the travel and the experience around it, you know? And by that, you can pull up very good anecdotes and even situations or even values from the guys. Like, I remember this situation with that guy. He was horrible, but then such and such happened with peace and blah, blah, blah. So, like, those stories are really, because, for example, when I was pulling last year in the Nationals in November, I got second. I lost against a gentleman called Jamie Hill, left hand. He got the gold. I got the silver, and he won the nationals for very one reason. It's like he was better than me. Period. I mean, he was precise, concise at the table, precise, strong, and patient. He beat me. Period. But I remember from the nationals, rather than the title, is that after that night I felt like disappointed in general. Like I got the silver. You know, I didn't got the gold and everything, but tomorrow is right hand. Right hand is the good one, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see. I didn't even watch the Aces West because that was on 12th of November, something like that. It was the same night of the last Aces West back on that day, 14th or 15th, I don't remember the date. And I went to the hotel, called a couple of friends. Yeah, I got the silver. Yeah, you know, well, whatever. I wasn't sad, but I was like, disappointed. I don't want to watch anything other than go to bed. The next day, I was with the pressure and everything, and I had my fights and everything. I ended up in fourth position. And the curious story is rather than, for example, feeling even worse because I didn't got even at the same position or even better. It's like I gave absolutely everything. I did my job. I did well. I felt super cool. Plus, of course, the experience of seeing all my other friends and brothers in battle, like Lawrence, Ben, Luke, and so on. Dylan as well from the Swindon Crusaders and the rest of the boys from different clubs. Even my Italian friend Fabrizio Trecarici, pulling. Regarding the results and everything, is like just the experience of it and the real feeling. Because I tell you, I put a lot of pressure on myself last year because I won 3 or 4 tournaments, blah blah blah. But I wanted to become pro in England, where I live, the UK and Ireland, in battle, not just because I've been playing for many years, like in battle, you know, and I did. And it's like, oh, I made it. I did a great job. I made new friends, which is true. And I have learned this and this and this. So now I have the medals there, and every time I see the medal, it's like I don't remember actually just holding the title, but the journey, the experience, and what and a couple of matches from that line, not from myself, but from other people. So that's really like, what is your take? You remember this championship for this or for that? Yeah, I'm there with the medal, but it's like also this happened, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's so much about arm wrestling that is it's so much more than winning or losing.
100%. Yeah. And about this is the obvious question. I was wondering who were your masters, the guys that at the beginning really started to coach you arm wrestling properly, and that made your difference in your career. What a question!
Of course. No, but of course I have Jani Malins that like I have never trained so specific for arm wrestling before. I've been more like focusing on table time and like basic strength training. Of course, I knew that I need strong arms, so I have done some arm workouts, but very basic things. So and that have worked in some ways, but when I started with Jani 2018, it changed a lot. Yeah, I'm super happy that he wanted to help me and give me the programs, and he's also, I can ask him if I wonder about stuff, and he's a good guy. But then I learn so much still from even beginners. They see things that I have not thought about, and when I started, it was also very basic with arm wrestling, and I learned a early technique, and when you do that, you get stuck in that. So now I get very good support and advices from my club members that have been pulling for like 4 years. And also for this match with Malin, I took some advice from everyone. Like I go up north because that's where I'm from, in Sweden, and I trained with my first club, and from them I got like one thing, like how to put in my legs under the table, how to think about that. And then I talked to this iconic guy in Sweden, Andreas RUNDSTRÖM. He's like the first super arm wrestling hero in Sweden. He got he got into a Hall of Fame in Sweden. Yeah, at the Swedish Nationals. Yeah. And I talked to him, and he teach me like the fingers, what fingers he think is most important, and I use that also when I got on the table with Malin. And yeah, so it's so much stuff that you still can learn.
I never spoke with that gentleman, Andreas RUNDSTRÖM, obviously, and I believe the first time I heard about him probably was when I had the podcast with Neil Pickup. He gave his name, and then I pull up information about him, obviously, and I knew about the Wall of Fame during a conversation with another puller. I know. It's nothing serious. Come on, man. It's fine. One day talking with Pascal Girard.
Yeah.
Pascal, he told me like I'm such and such and blah 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 and this. Like, oh, all right, that's cool, man. Like that's cool. Really, really, really cool. But yeah, another guy that I would really want to. If you're watching this, Andreas, you're invited to my podcast, man. It will be a pleasure to have you on. Just saying it, okay? That's fine. Give me a call. We'll fix it. So, obviously, I mean, mentioned Jani since 2018. Well, I mean, you have been training by the Jedi. I mean, obviously, that guy is not a teenager that goes around saying that knows arm wrestling because they watch many videos. No, like that guy is very well established. He's a master, and I am the first guy in line that will murder just for training with him, though. I mean, literally. So, this is a good one. Oh yeah, let's get into the thoughts. What are the main differences and lessons you have learned from him, changes and so on? Break it up for us, please.
It's just like he changed my training totally. The only thing that is still there as I trained before is like the 4 weeks training periods.
Yeah.
And also some exercises like pull-ups, and I still can do bench press and stuff like that, and that's fun. But otherwise, it's a lot of small movements with ropes and things. I stand a lot at the table, working with a pulley. Yeah, and from different angles and different small things with the hands, and yeah, so it's very different, and it feels, in the beginning it felt weird because sometimes it didn't even feel like I did something, but I enjoy it.
I'm following. I'm following actually at the moment a program designed by them, Coach Ray's Brazilian Academy thing. The
Yeah,
course and the training programs. I'm following that. I'm on the 4th week actually, finishing it. And obviously, I like the way it's everything is scalable. Like not just exercise, but it gives you the blueprints for the days. Like this day you work in these groups, next day these groups, and the next day these groups. Which,
yeah.
by the way, once you learn more or less, you can play with it, change some exercise for other ones, depending to your style. But like that blueprint is something that in my case, I'm going to keep it like sacred. Like this is a very good guidance on how to distribute the muscle groups to work it out. And already, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm going to beat Levan because I mean that's rubbish. But I really have some improvement on the gyms sorry, in the lifts I do at the gym. I already have some improvement in some of the exercises, and on the table. Last week, no, the previous one, my very good friend and training buddy Scott Barra gave me like very good feedback as well. Like my wrist and everything is getting stronger, so which is very good. My power is growing up and my ego as well. So I need to
Yeah,
it's
that's
another
super.
competition, getting a smash, getting humble, and back to training.
Yeah. Great, great, great.
And similar happened like 2 weeks ago, training with Rustam Babayev and their guys. If you think like about arm wrestling, wait till you train with him and them.
Yeah, yeah.
The difference on the levels really is. You know this that you go to home like if you, with some sort of PTSD and you are in the bed like this thinking about everything that you've done on the day. Really,
Yeah.
really, really, honestly. Uh, right. So that's great about training. I mean, do you? Quick question, and we leave the training topic. In terms of nutrition and preparation, everything, do you follow any specific guidelines, or you try to keep them more or less by the same prior to a competition?
Like supplements, or what are we talking about?
Nutrition in general, for example, I suppose obviously
Like
you
how I eat.
exactly the dieting. You follow a specific program. You always more or less eat the same, and you change something prior to the competition, or you just look at what's on the scale if you're close, if you have to cut a little bit, or like
Yeah, that is how it is. Like if I don't have to worry about weight, I eat like I what suits the family basically, because I don't want to make
yeah.
different dishes. But if I need to cut weight, of course I need to think
Mm-hmm.
about what I eat. But I I eat everything and enjoy food and that things that is not food, but it's very tasty and it's so no. Maybe I try to eat a little bit more protein when it's lots of training and close to competition, but it's uh, no schedules or
Fair enough. Fair enough. And
yeah.
we could include in this one, right, that the training methods that has been more effective for you in your career, could we say that are the ones that you have learned since you started with Janis? I was going to say Dennis, but Janis.
Mm. Take the question again. What was the
Yeah,
question?
sorry. My question was, because I got it written here, like what training methods were have proven the most effective for your career prior to the match?
Um,
But it was like very linked to what we more or less spoke before.
yeah.
Mm.
I in like of course, it's
Yeah.
everything together that have worked fine.
Yeah.
But it's my weakness have always been like the wrist and the pronation, and it's a lot of pronation in Jani's programs.
Yeah.
And of course that have improved. How do you say it? Improved.
Improve. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No. Thank you for that, though.
Yeah.
Right. Let's make two questions, maybe one, though. Like, how do you handle the stress in competitions or prior to competitions? Like, do you do well? You suffer a lot. For example, Mike Tyson used to cry. How do you manage? How you handle that?
I try to relax and not like get too much into it before it's time, because I can get stuck in my mind and think about the competition, and I can see myself lose several times and get like stressed up about that, and like but I have learned that is I don't have to do that. I don't have to go into the match so long before. And actually I got very nervous. I get like stressed up and anxious easily, but I think after this match I have like a thing that I can go back to, and that's the preparation, like the plan to before the competition, like I said in the beginning, that I knew all the bits and pieces, how to put my legs under the table and to take the grip. I had a plan, and that made me really calm because I knew what to do. Otherwise, in other competition, I can be very nervous. I go to the stage and I go to the table and I don't know. I take the grip and they feel strong, and I move my legs back and forth and re-grip and like. But now, when you have a plan and you believe in it, I believed in it very much. Then I was calm. Yeah.
Good, because I remember the last time I was in one of these events, it was 12th. I believe it was. You were super nervous in the press conference, and it was a funny moment, I remember. But then you go on the stage, not a problem, not absolutely a problem. And about this, do you really feel like the pressure? Does the pressure of the audience or the support of the audience, that make an impact on you, either positive or negative? Just curious.
Yeah, it does. I don't really. I think it's very, very hard when people say that they believe in me, and like when they say that they think that I will win, or because that puts a lot of pressure that I don't need. I know they are kind and they just want to show me like that they are on my side, but it gives me like a responsibility to make them happy because they believe in me. But I try not to be affected, but of course.
Okay.
Can you understand what I mean?
I do, yeah, I do. And you have just told your enemies what they have to do. Like, oh yeah, Fia, you're the best here person. Here
Exactly.
you are.
Exactly.
I totally
Yeah.
understand you. I really do. So good. Let's assume that I am a novice, either female or female whatsoever, and I'm asking you, it's like, could you please give me an advice, or how could I become good in arm wrestling? What should I do? How many times should be training? What should I do? How can I do? What would be your advice?
Talk to Jani, Samuel.
Yanis, I'm sorry to say it. You need to come here now, okay? You need to come to the podcast.
No, but my advice would be to go to a arm wrestling club that is close where you live and start to practice arm wrestling and take advice from the people and try stuff what's good for you, because we are different and we have different strengths from the beginning, and they will, I think every club would be happy to give advice for and they would feel what strength or what things that could be worked on and stuff. So that's my advice basically.
Yes, yeah, that's totally fine. Right, so now we're moving just to the very last end. We've been for a while, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, thinking about the future, what yeah, I mean, you mentioned like some names, Sarah Bachman and so, but if you could just look ahead of the East versus West and in general, what will be the goals, achievements, the things that you would like to do or pursue afterwards?
After?
Yeah, I mean, from now, let's just say future goals, future achievements, things to do.
I actually I'm just in the part of life where my goal is to just be able to continue to train and compete. I'm happy for every question I got to participate in any event or competition, because I know it's not for many years. It will be like that, and I'm happy to be a part of this world as long as I can, and that's my goal.
The real goal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very cool though. Absolutely cool. Now, just to wrap up, my dear, because I took like quite a good amount of your time, and really it's been great. Two very quick questions, or maybe let's just say one. I'm not sure if you have watched already the car for the next East vs West 17.
I haven't seen. Have they come out with the car?
Yeah, we have not the full car, but I can show you. Or actually, let me have a look quickly in internet, because there is the poster already of the next event, and Yoshi versus John Bergström is coming up. And
I saw John.
Yeah.
I saw that he's a match. I didn't know who.
And some other matches, for example, like Jerry and Camille, things like that, like like some matchups, and things like was like, oh right, it's like, okay, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So really, do you about, for example, John Bergström and Yoshi, mainstream question I need to ask you, any early thoughts, any forethoughts about that?
No, it depends on what shape John is in. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm glad that John is back and will have a match. So I really hope he is in a good shape and can be able to show us that he still got it. It's nothing we could take for granted. Yeah, but it's super cool. I like Jon. I like to watch him compete. I like his style.
Right, 2 more questions if you allow me, please.
Mm-hmm.
First one is like, how did you ended up meeting in Jersey, and how it was the call that you received, like you say, to start to pull at East vs West? How it happened?
I think he texted me on Messenger and asked if I wanted to pull, because I won the World Championship in minus 70 kilo, and Rebecca I can't say her last name. She won in 65, and he wanted a match at East vs West with us, and it was not hard to say yes to that.
Thank you. Good. And the last question is, how do you see the future of this sport?
I hope it will like go on like it does. Like, oh my god, no, this is a tricky question. This can we can discuss this for a long time.
Oh yeah. Especially with Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, all these guys coming up, more and more strongmen, Lauren Chalet jumping in as well. Wow.
Yeah, but I'm super happy that it have become a more it's a easier sport for people to enjoy. That is not arm wrestlers, and they can be they can follow people, and it's easy to watch like the super matches and the East versus West and every of this kind of events.
Yep.
Still, it's not super easy to get like audience and public for the worlds or other tournaments, because it's a bit tricky to understand what's going on and what's happening on all the tables. So that's why the super matches are so good. I just a bit scared that it will be like a freak show. I don't want it to be like a wrestling. I want it to be serious. I want arm wrestling to be taken serious. I don't want it to be just a show and crazy people. I want people to see the beauty in the sport and the sportsmanship and how beautiful it can be when a match is going back and forth and the techniques and everything. So that's like, and if we can keep that, the beauty and that in our sport, then it will keep on growing. Yeah, of course, I want it to grow, and I want it to be mainstream, and I want people to know about arm wrestling and arm wrestlers, of course. And I think it will happen if it's not turning in a different direction. Do you understand what I mean?
Absolutely. No, I get what you mean. And by the way, you're gonna get roasted about it. We're both gonna get roasted about it, but yeah, it's fine. It's part. No, but this is what makes it legit, a real conversation. But no, I totally agree about it, and especially nowadays, we see a lot of complaints in. Oh my goodness, forgot the name. Especially in Inter, but in Reddit and so on, a lot of discussions about the last East versus West. All the drama around it, like, yes, fine, but it's like, it's what it is, and also it's part of it. And also it's like some of the situations that the things complain, for example, people complain a lot about the quality of the streamings. There are some still issues going on, it's logic, but we already changed platform, we are moving forward. People complaining about, for example, with the reffing and the situations with the and so on. It's like, fine, fine, whatever happens, if the organization whatsoever they need to address something, they will do it. The rest of us, like especially like guys like me, we can just have our opinion, but in the end, yes, we are sitting on the chair and watching. And yeah, we can all have a, like I said, which is very difficult in internet nowadays, right? Because we can all have an opinion, and you should be able, and you are able to share it, especially if you do it respectfully. Okay, it's like if you don't like something, complain about it, but do it respectfully. Okay, not just like. Because,
Yes.
I mean, it's not gonna create nothing. It's not gonna create nothing positive at all. To be honest,
No.
like it gives views, it gives entertainment, but you know, it's not.
Yeah.
No, but I don't hesitate at all, not even for a minute, that and even it's good, you know, some kind of imperfections and nature of this person is like this one is like that. In the end, it makes everything beautiful. More noise around it, more spectacle, more show. So in the end, I'm looking with perspective. Like if I was, you know, a gardener watching the garden from outside the fence, it's like everything makes an harmonic chaos. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
and that's how I see it. Obviously, there are some behaviors that are not acceptable, but I mean, nothing that has. I mean, to give you a very extreme example, the things that shouldn't happen, someone punching in the face on the table. We haven't seen that hasn't happened, but that's a very extreme, like, okay, this is a red line.
Yeah.
All the rest is like okay, we can, let's just say, watch the harmonic chaos, see what's happened, and period. I mean, that's it.
Exactly. It depends on what we want, because of course we could do it a really clean sport, like with monitors instead of referees and lots of rules that we are not supposed to do and that and stuff, but that also takes away a lot of the core and the soul from the sport.
I mean,
yeah.
No, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, the racing could improve, the streaming could improve, such and such. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm gonna keep watching and wrestling, keep enjoying it. And I'm not saying this because, you know, I don't want to get myself into trouble. No, not at all. It's like, it's because really, literally, that this is my point of view. Is like, I enjoy the drama, I enjoy the seriousness, and I enjoy a little bit of everything. The harmonic chaos, let's just say, I enjoy it. So, and about, yeah, why not, about the super matches and also everything going around. Do you have any kind of, why not, asking you this, favorite super match ever, or your top 3? Because this is sorry, this is what I wanted to mention this, but I lost the plot. Like, people, the show attracts views, attracts more people. Even the arcs and discussions on the internet, on the Reddit and everything, even though sometimes it can be like not very beautiful, but it's also like it's generating views into it. Okay.
Yeah.
There's always more or less something positive from the negative things, but like, even so, people is gonna be able to see the beauty of the sport, because really, if some things happens, yeah, it's fine, but like, still people will be able to see, and they're able to see what's the beautiful super match. Because I mean, for example, Lalitin Morozov.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, a real example of me poisoning someone with arm wrestling, right? It happened with Leonidas Arcona and John Bergström. After the match, you know, I was with a lady, you know, and it's like, would you like to watch something after dinner? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, like, I want, you know, my sport, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to show you this, you know, this match between these two gentlemen. Who do you think is gonna win? Clearly, the guy with muscles. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I played the match, obviously, and I was like this. Like this. I'm not saying now that she's a super fan of arm wrestling, but I did.
Oh, that's really cool.
That she was very impressed with John. And then I told him, that is John Bergström, that is that, da 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 da. And even showing her some clips when he pulled directly. And then I have to stop because I was noticing that I was just like talking too much, starting too boring. But she was very impressed with the match of John Bergström and Leonidas. And it's like, that is the way you introduce someone. Like, even though they are
Yeah.
completely outside from the sport, they don't really care whatsoever. They see it like something freak, like, oh, it's not even a sport, you know?
Yeah.
They see that and it's like, wow, how is possible? And this guy, like, how is possible to be the muscle guy, the guy with the muscles and so on? People is gonna keep watching the beauty of the sport, right? 100%.
Yeah.
And
They will.
regardless of what is going on and whatever happens, in my case, as a guy, and we can say as well, like as a content creator, most of the times I'm just gonna sit and watch, give my opinion, but sit and watch and enjoy. If I can do something positive for this community, like I say, pulling a bit of ego, I would like to do something really from which I could feel myself proud of in, let's say, 20 years time. You know what I mean? Like do something that I could feel myself proud of, something reliable. That's it. And with that in mind, I just carry on with whatever I do. If I just do competitions. If I just do more social media, whatever, I'll do it. But do something that I could feel proud of in 15, 20 years time whatsoever. Not something like I watch one of my content and say, oh, this is silly, like unnecessary, you know, something like that. Which, why not? If you want a philosophical question before wrapping up.
Yeah.
No philosophical question whatsoever.
Okay.
How would you like to be remembered?
As a person or as
In
a
general,
arm wrestler?
whatever. How would you like to be remembered?
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, I want to be remembered as a funny person to be around. Like that people could feel happy with me. I think that like when they thought about me when I was dead, they should like smile that Fia was a good person to be around. Yeah, it's yeah, boring answer maybe.
No, it's fine. I mean, some people can say, I want to be remembered as the greatest arm wrestler of all the time. I want to be remembered just, you know, as a loving father. Whatsoever, it's fine. It's a philosophical question, a little bit out of the normal thing. So I'm going to do now a tradition that I started with the great Mindaugas Tuskas. And I'm just going to do an honor lift for you, basically. So there we go. I think is everything set up properly? Yeah, but you can see. Perfect. I didn't set up the whole camera. It's not a maximum repetition, just a lift. With the Asturian flag here. Cool. Right. Open-a. And that's it.
Great. What grip do you have there?
Would you like to see it?
Yeah.
Right, so this. I am a man of many tools and I think I have a little bit of Diogenes syndrome, you know, like these guys that collect all sorts of rubbish from the street. Yeah, I do that. I have tons of equipment. So these are actually personal.
It's a hand.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
You take grip.
Yeah, exactly. It's fully personalized by one of the guys sponsors. Sponsor I have. Not big thingy, but you know, you do this, it's cool. I send you this, blah blah blah, discount code and everything.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
the curious now, guys, you know, I put the advert here, 10% discount code. The curious about these handles, right? Because I made a video about this. I'll send you the video if you want to see it, just for curious. Really, we can agree sometimes that the best for training is like keeping it simple. You don't have to buy like tons of things, you know, like the belt and the eccentric handle, the Breeze Max, very good. But this, to be honest, I've been pretty much using them a lot since I received them. And it's curious because they come with apertures here, which you can apply a strap like this to pull you in different angles, like for example, in hook. Even if you move it, it's gonna feel more like a press on the fingers here. For top roll, capping, supination, pronation, and even you put the strap here from these apertures to here. You strap it, and then with the other strap, the angle that you want, and it's gonna pull you in different angles and vectors. And sometimes in the gym, and I'm actually, for example, not here, but putting you there, like on top roll, attacking these two fingers. And with another one going on the sideways, elastic band whatsoever, and then having like this movement, you know. And the same, for example, if I want to go like on hook or even a little bit of press. So it's like really a very interesting tool I'm playing with. And yeah, it comes also with a hole for one of these Matsurenko frames. It fits properly, but the best, to be honest, in this case, is use it just with a strap. Straps, like you can play a lot. You can strap here, strap there, and then bang, bang, hitting. And I really like the feeling of the hand.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to send you information, whatever you need. Really, just for you curious.
Yeah, please.
It's funny, and it's not expensive at all, to be honest. It's like a pair of them, 55 or 60 euros, two of them, right hand and left hand. So it's not.
Yeah,
not
that was the other question. If you need two for, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I have two, obviously. Yeah, one for right hand and one for left.
Yeah.
And this is the small size because I am a 70 kilograms at the moment, guys. 70, 75 now, and I'm a little bit chubby. But I was 97 kilos. Come on, give me, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, but really, it's like all the things you can do, all the capping, pronation. It's very, very interesting and cool to play with, right? I don't go around and say, you have to buy this because blah, 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 because there's so many things going on the internet because nobody gonna like really take you seriously. It's like, shut up, do not make too much noise, and you will not receive unnecessary hate, which I already received, but para mí, with orgullo, with proud. So yeah, really, it was a thank you. I mean, really, Fia, thank you very much for coming to the podcast. Give me some of your time, a bit more than we expected. So thank you.
Thank you.
It's really a pleasure always to have a chat, a conversation with a super champion like you. Learn something. Really, also giving me good names, like the lady you mentioned before. I'm going to cut it and take it out of contest, like, you know. No, don't worry. It's always great to have a conversation with a super champion, like for example yourself. Getting to know the person, their values, a little bit of their views, their history. That's what I am really keen on, knowing their story. I love it. And even why not, like getting a little bit into the sauce, talking about the arm wrestling going on and so on. It's just great, really great. And it was a pleasure, honestly.
For me too. Thank you.
I will keep you updated about everything. I mean, what I'm going to do when I'm going to post it, like ASP and everything, really. So hope that you had a good time. And next time, if you want to come back, I prepare something special as well.
Yeah, sounds great. I want to come back.
100%. Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
Take care. Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.
You too. Bye.